Thank you for taking some time for yourself. I don't want you to snap yourself into relaxation too quickly. You can just close your eyes and take a few comfortable breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. And I wonder if you can orient your attention to your internal world and focus on what's right about you. And you can relax the right side of you, the left side of you, until it's the right level of comfort for you. And you can snap into this level of relaxation anytime you choose. And something so much deeper than that. And I don't know the last time you gave yourself permission to leave life's baloney out there, to really be here. And you can stretch out your long, elegant spine, arms and legs, and get really comfortable now. And I'm not sure anyone has reminded you how right you are. You know the difference between right and wrong. A good compass of internal justice. And you can really give yourself permission to appreciate yourself a little more now. And if you can let your toes, ankles, knees, legs relax now, tummy, chest, shoulders relax, neck, face, scalp relax. And just the other day here in Sydney, Australia, there was a bit of a storm. One of those end of summer storms that are typical for this time of the year. The hot air, the hot, humid air of the day. The atmosphere sucking up the moisture. The raindrops attempting to fall to the ground. But the rain was sucked back up into extremely cold areas of the atmosphere and fell in the form of hail, icy rain. And it reminds me of Emoto's experiments on water. He would arrange glasses of water and have people pray or meditate on the water, or play dark music or loving music on the water. And each sample of water, a different emotion, a different set of words. And the water was looked at under a microscope. And the water that listened to heavy metal music looked like a storm, and the water for compassion, so perfect it was almost a snowflake. And the water that was played the song, Imagine by John Lennon, looked like a perfect six-leaved clover. The water that listened to Amazing Grace looked like an expanding snowflake. The water that was spoken to with words, thank you, a strong hexagon in the center, with magnificent, delicate structures surrounding it. And I'm curious if your body was vibrating now, which it is at some atomic level. I wonder what shape it would be. And I'm not sure you're aware how in harmony you are. You playing life at a fast or slow tempo. The pulse of your movements, words, your ability to unsnap and snap into momentum. The spirals of your movement and motion, from swinging golf clubs to observing the seasons. Your piercing moments of insight. No one will ever have the same level of harmony as you. That's how special you are. And in the past, you found yourself snapping. But it's got nothing to do with you. There's a process to it. And in a moment, I'm going to share with you a few stories. And at first, you might think, why am I sharing with you these stories? But your subconscious mind will be listening and do something valuable for you a little later on. And I don't know if you're familiar with the toy dolls known as Girls' World. They're dolls with faces that look like they belong on Snapchat or TikTok. Their eyes are so large and blue. Their nose so small. And lips so perfect, with luminescent blonde hair. And the facial features are painted on the dolls. And a father had posted on Twitter when the father decided to clean their child's Girls' World dolls. And the cleaning product he used was too strong. The doll's face was wiped off. And it reminds me of Michael Yapko's client who was speeding on the freeway, the highway, and a cop pulled him over. And he said all the things that people normally say. I'm sorry, it's a new car, I didn't notice I was speeding, sir. Or I was in a hurry. And his client was so mad, boiling and raging on the inside, that he wanted to yell back at the cop. And Yapko asked him, But why didn't you? But why didn't you? But why didn't you yell at him? And his client paused and thought about why he didn't. And his response was, it would have made the problem worse. And there was once a time when everyone wanted everything. And as children, we would throw ourselves on the floor until we got what we wanted. And there was a time when all of us as children would threaten our parents that we would throw a massive tantrum, either at the supermarket if they didn't buy us what we wanted, or give us the food we wanted to eat. And some of us learnt quicker than others to not do that. And I'm confident you don't do that anymore when you're out and about, going about your daily life. And sometimes you need to ask yourself, but why don't you throw childhood tantrums anymore? Why don't you? Why don't you? When clients describe themselves as snapping or snapping into anger, as it just comes over them, what they are doing is they are present oriented rather than future or past oriented. Being present is fabulous for relationships, meditation. Being present is fabulous for celebrity football players like Cristiano Ronaldo, because if they stopped and thought about where to kick the ball, they would have missed the opportunity of scoring a goal. But being present rather than past or future oriented is terrible for anger, because it just makes the problem worse. And isn't it wonderful to know in the future you can utilize the resources you always knew you had? Your ability to be present, like famous football players, meditation monks, and those that are successful in relationships, but know when to switch to the future with hindsight, your foresight, your insight, living in harmony. And when you're ready to tune in to your harmony now and bring that energy back to your external world, you can stretch out, wriggle your fingers and toes, take a few deep breaths, smell the air, and open your eyes. Welcome back. You're perfect, just as you are.